The United Nations headquarters in Sarajevo under siege. The UN had set up operations here because it was quiet and neutral. But as in neighboring Croatia, the fragile balance of nationalities and religions was shattered by gunmen. And the UN peacekeepers suddenly found themselves trapped and under fire last Thursday when all-out war erupted around their headquarters.
Okay, everybody in.
The only pictures of the UN under siege, under fire at their accommodations in the Rainbow Hotel were shot by Canadian Forces cameraman Christian Coulombe, working with Public Affairs Officer Captain Douglas Martin.
The 14th of May, Friday, the day to remember. I'll never forget that one anyway. It's around 5 o'clock in the morning, quarter after 5. The door was in our room, was half open, so we heard the shots right away.
I take it, Chris, you've decided the most reasonable place to be at this moment is underneath the bed rather than on top of it or beside it?
Actually, I put my camera there, but I was up, getting dressed, staying away from the window. I didn't want my camera to get hit, so I put it down.
Doug, is that you walking around? Are those your legs we can see?
That's me. This is going to be probably one of the more embarrassing parts of my life. But, well, heck, I just gotten out of bed and we were getting stuff ready. In fact, I think what I'm doing right now is getting my tape recorder ready because I wanted to get it out on the balcony to get some sound.
And here's Doug opening the door to go.
Here I go.
Outside?
Yeah, I'm going. Here
Why?
I go. I want to put the tape recorder out there to get some sound bites, and I've got the tape recorder in my hands, and I'm going out, and I'll put it up on the balcony, and I put the microphone on top. I knew I had a good sound level, and then I went for it. And I grabbed my shirt.
You mean your clothes were outside?
Yes, I had them outside airing overnight, and there was no way that I was going to go to a bomb shelter dressed the way I was dressed. I wanted to get my clothes on.
Were you guys frightened? Had a sense of fear or tension set in here?
Tension, fear. It's always in you, you know. If you noticed, a few seconds ago, I was under the bed, and now I'm moving a little closer. You get used to. It's you. I don't know. It's the way I am. I guess I get used to a little fear. Oh, okay, it's safe now. I'll move a couple feet closer. I'm gonna go out later on, and I'll come back really quick because they're shooting at us. I decided to go very low, so I was on my knees, sort of thing.
Listen to this.
And there's the sniper house right there. I spotted him.
You see that hole up there? There's a hole in that hotel. That is where the firing was coming from to the fellow at the other side. He's describing it.
That's our medic. He's quite a brave guy, actually, showing us where one of the...
That's
So
it.
you can see the man in the window. You see him?
Yeah. That's incredible. There's, I never knew
I
about
didn't know I got that, but anyway.
that. Yeah, there he is.
And the bullet holes are all around him. Obviously somebody's shooting back at him.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy from this
This house here.
house over here.
You can see the sniper firing.
That's right. You couldn't see the guy though, and I'd see the smoke in my camera, and half a second after you'd hear the bang bang, the sound from it.
Isn't it strange to have a ringside seat to a lot of people trying to kill each other?
It's unreal.
Normally you watch
It's unreal.
news on your television at home in Canada, and you see what people are going through. It's absolutely incredible when you're sitting there. There's no television. The people are standing right there shooting at each other. It's incredible.
What time is this now?
Just before 8.
Yeah.
Just before 8.
And in spite of the
7:45.
intensity of the fighting, everybody's come down for breakfast?
That's right.
The reason being is that we had never been hit, and people had to eat.
Were people relaxed? How were they feeling?
No way. They weren't relaxed. No. They weren't panicking, but they were not relaxed. I remember sitting there talking about getting coffee, and people were just sort of...
That's our table there.
That's our table, yeah. You can see all the Canadians sitting around this one table.
Wait a moment, now everybody's jumped up.
Okay, we just received a shot artillery or mortar rounds in front of the kitchen. And my camera was right behind me. I had it with me, thank God, because there was no way I was going to go back upstairs, because they were shelling big time.
Well, that particular shot broke some glass, and there's another one.
Son of a bitch, eh?
That one came right in, and that also broke some more glass. Then we moved out into the lobby, and when we were out in the lobby, another one actually hit the building. I think it was the spot where the Canadians were sitting for breakfast, but people were still continuing to go down in the bomb shelters.
And that's where you're heading now.
there.
You're heading down to the
Bomb
bomb
shelters.
shelter. Did everybody just do this spontaneously, or did someone say get to the shelter?
No, nobody said get to the shelter. Everybody knew where the shelter was. But if you notice, everybody's pretty calm about it.
Yeah,
Somebody's drinking coffee.
that's me. I kept my coffee on purpose. I said, well, this might be my last coffee today, so I continued to sip it, trying to be calm. I finished my coffie, and you're going to hear another one right now.
As I'm going down with my camera, I was rolling all the way down. There's going to be one landing really close to the building.
There. That pushed me right against the wall, that
Yeah,
exact
me too.
shot.
I notice people are picking up speed.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I think it's real now, so let's go down.
300 UN staff would spend most of the next 3 days in this basement as the fighting raged above. Their hotel was hit a number of times. Occasionally, a lull in the battle allowed people to come up for fresh air and to inspect the damage.
This is where we were having breakfast on the 14th of May, 1992, right there. This table here. Here's my bread, so, what else is there? Orange juice.
Among those looking at the damage was Canadian Brigadier General Louis Mackenzie, the Chief of Staff of the UN Protection Force.
The main accommodation here took a number of direct hits. At that time, we moved down to the main headquarters and started negotiations with both the Serbs and the JNA because of their direction of fire. I hasten to add that the Muslims started the attack at 5 o'clock in the morning. They acknowledged that. And retaliation started at about 0600 hours. And by the look of it, some of the rounds that they adjusted fell short. And I don't think we were intentionally targeted, but it doesn't make much difference when you're being subjected to artillery fire. They were trying to get the place across the road, which is a refinery.
That road outside the hotel came to be known as Sniper Alley.
That's what the guy called the main road. It's a big boulevard in two parts, and there's high-rise everywhere along the road. And you're looking at maybe 5, 6, 10 kilometers sort of thing, one street like that, this street here. And there's snipers all over the place. So in order not to get shot at, you go as fast as possible. And for the week that I was there, every time I drove my Jeep, which is not there anymore, I went from as fast as possible. I never stopped at any red lights. So, I mean, you don't get speeding tickets over there. So
It was impossible to try and run a peacekeeping headquarters in the middle of a war zone. So the order came to move out to the safety of Belgrade and Zagreb. When the fighting slackened for a time, the convoys of UN staff rolled out.
Quite honestly, I was quite relieved to be leaving Sarajevo. I'd be a liar to tell you that I wasn't scared during that time. And I think that even now, that level of tension is still in me, and it's going to take a while for it to drain.
Do you hold up much hope for the families, the women, the children that are living in that city right now?
not a whole lot. I certainly hope it doesn't turn to a Vukovar, as I was shooting there about 3 weeks ago, and it's completely destroyed, you know. And it would be a shame to see a beautiful city like Sarajevo, because it's a beautiful place, to be, you know, destroyed completely. As far as the people, it's really unfortunate of what's happening with them. I mean, the civilian population, you see them, and what do? I mean, they just have to run from one bunker to another, one house to another, hoping that their house is not going to get bombed. There's children all over the place. They have nothing to do with this war. You know, it's very unfortunate. So there's not much you can do.
Today, a token force remains in Sarajevo, displaying the UN symbol on the front line, but so far, unable to do much else because it's too dangerous. For the Journal, I'm Michael McIver in Belgrade.